Fulci back again with not a unboxing, but my second collection overview video. I did one last Wednesday, so exactly a week ago, and hopefully you guys liked it. I think the response was pretty good with it, or for it rather, so welcome back to another one. And if you're just joining me for the first time, welcome to my channel. My name is Frank Fulci. I'm here at the Fulci compound, and let's jump into it. Today I'm going to do Unearthed films. I know it's not everyone's favorite, it's not even my favorite, but I have a big enough collection of their films that I figured it was worthy to show off in one of these videos. Like I explained last week, I have tons of movies, obviously you guys know that, but for these overview videos I'm going to do the boutique labels that I have that are easier to manage. My collections are smaller. It's not like Arrow or Scream Factory or even Vinegar Syndrome where I have like 200, 300, 400 and so on titles. So, like I said, last week was Full Moon Pictures. I was going to do a continuation of that and do Full Moon DVDs, because last week was Blu-rays, because I thought I had more than I had mentioned last week, but then when I was gathering them, I had maybe like 4 or 5 more than I thought. So still, it was only like 10. Wasn't worthy of a fucking video anyway. So let me stop rambling and get into it. So this is Unearthed films. I have DVDs and Blu-rays, so I'll go through the DVDs first. This is in alphabetical order, I think. First up, 100 Years, or haha, I already fucked up, 100 Tears rather. This is a killer clown movie, as you can tell by the cover. Guys, I have a new light here in case you can tell, or couldn't tell rather, so it's pretty bright. This is a great film, from what I remember. It's been years since I watched it. I watched it when it first came out in Unearthed put out in 2014. The movie came out in 2007 originally. I think I probably watched it and reviewed it in 2014 when I got this DVD, and I remember it being good. So, next up, this is one that you gotta have in your collection if you're an Unearthed fan. This is Aftermath, and it actually has Genesis on it too, which is another film. Aftermath is a short film. It's 70 minutes. There's other shorts and other things on here. There are a few different versions of this DVD out there, like a red case and stuff. I'm very happy with this blue case, and this is awesome. Glad to have that in my collection. Next up is a Ryan Nicholson film, Collar. Now he passed away recently, so R.I.P. to Ryan Nicholson. I've only seen a couple of his movies, but I know Unearthed Films has worked out a deal. They were still working on it with him when he was alive. I know he was very sick for a while. And they're remastering and re-releasing a lot of his movies, if not all of his movies, on Blu-ray. So I'm looking to get those soon. I have one you'll see later on coming up. But I do have that on DVD from Unearthed. This is one that's still sealed. I got this earlier, maybe like a year ago, probably last summer. Evil Dead Trap 2, so still sealed. I haven't watched this one yet. I did watch Evil Dead Trap 1, and I think I did. That came out from Synapse, I believe. I did a review of that on the site, I'm pretty sure. So check that out, repulsivereviews.com. Flowers. This is still sealed also. I think I had gotten this for review years ago. Just never watched it. 79 minutes, so not the longest. I hear a lot of good things about this, but from the trailer that I've seen, and I don't know, just doesn't look like it's for me, but I do have it on my shelf, so I might throw it on there eventually. I know a lot of people always talk about Phil Stevens, the director, and this always comes up in like best discussions from Unearthed fans, so I should probably throw that on. Footsteps. This one is interesting. This is directed by Gareth Evans. Back then he was known as G.H. Evans. This is his first film, from what I know. He went on to write and direct and produce and all that stuff. Great movies like The Raid 2. Of course, I'm on camera, so I don't remember any other movies that he's done. Hole in the Head or something like that. He's done great fucking movies. That's all you need to know. This movie, not good at all. I bought this hoping that I would at least see the beginning stages of his career and what led to making those great movies, and I saw nothing of the sort. This is not a good movie, but I have it in the collection because it's directed by him. So. Next up is Hate Crime. This is a great movie. This is by James Cullen Bresic. Bersac, I don't know how he says his name. This is a found footage film, you know, handheld, shaky cam shit, about like Nazis and they home invasion type shit. They break into a house and really fuck with his family. It's pretty brutal. It's good. I liked it a lot, actually. I think I did a review of that one too on Repulsive Reviews. This Hollow Sacrament, I think I got this in a box set. I went to the Archive in Bridgeport, Connecticut, which is the home of Vinegar Syndrome. They have their own little storefront where they sell, you know, Vinegar Syndrome titles and a bunch of other boutique label stuff. And there was a box set, like really cheap, like $10 for 3 movies. And I was like kind of diving into Unearthed a little more. This was last year sometime. And I was like, oh, let me get some of their older titles. This was one of them, and I have not watched this, so I don't know. I have a feeling I'm not going to like that one, but I bought it for this, which I still didn't watch either. This is Ichi 1, the prequel to Ichi the Killer. I do want to rewatch Ichi first, and then jump into this, which is why it's still sealed. So, next up is Lilith's Hell, a film by Vincenzo Petroloro. This is an Italian film, found footage also, about Lilith. The first being ever. You know, from Adam and Eve and all that stuff. So this one was pretty good. It features, I believe he was in it. I know it's produced by, but there's a special interview with him, rather. He wasn't in it, but produced by Ruggero Deodato. Legendary director of Hannibal Holocaust, Jungle Holocaust, all that good shit. Actually, one of my favorites of his is House on the Edge of the Park. But he produced this, and he like presented it. And there's an interview with him on here. But I actually like this one. Another one I did a review for. This is another one I have not watched. This is Mechanics. I think I've heard good things about this one as well. Just another one I don't really know much about. I don't know if this is like animated or some kind of weird stop animation shit. I might have to throw this on, man. That's the problem with doing these overview videos, is like it gets me in the mood to start watching this shit. The Full Moon one was a week ago. The sale just came up that same weekend, this past, you know, 4th of July weekend. Of course, I was like, man, I gotta fill in the holes that were in that video of the movies I'm fucking missing. So it's gonna just be a problem for me in the end, more than anything. But you guys seem to want this stuff, so. Next up is Red Room. This movie is fucked up. I watched it for the first time. I actually did a review of this. My case is all broken. Bought this recently, a few months ago. Honestly, probably more than that. It's time is not a real thing anymore. So I don't know when the fuck I got this, but it was recent enough. I reviewed this. I don't know if it was like as fucked up as I thought it was going to be, but depending on your level of depravity, this one could be pretty messed up. Same with Red Room 2, it's kind of more of the same. I don't know if I did a review of this one, but I did watch it pretty close after watching that one, and I thought it was pretty good. Again, it's kind of more the same thing. Piss and vomit and pregnant ladies and weird shit. So, yeah, again, be careful with that movie. Next up is Sheepskin. This is another one I did review for the site years ago. I'm talking about like 2013. Maybe not. 2016 it says on here. So I got it right when it came out. This is like a werewolf movie, a new take. It's like an indie flick, obviously low budget if it's on Unearthed. But this one was pretty good too. Again, you can go read my review for my full thoughts, because I sure as hell don't remember shit about it. So, get this stack of DVDs out of the way, and then we can jump into the Blu-rays. Because I'm assuming that's what most people want to see anyway. So, let's get into the Blu-rays here. This is Brutal. This is the first one. Again, this is going to be kind of alphabetical, kind of not. Brutal. Directed by Takashi Hirose. This movie is fucking great. This one was pretty short from what I remember too. 67 minutes, so a little over an hour. This movie is fucking great. I did review this. Go read all my thoughts on this. I loved this. I loved it so much that I wanted to seek out his other movies. I think he did Carved, Slit-Mouthed Woman. I could be confusing him with another director who's coming up, but I did hunt down some of his other movies, whatever ones I could find on physical media in the States, and I love this guy. Great movie. Next is Dis. I don't know if the real name of this is supposed to be you know, I don't know what this 3 is, but this was a pretty good one. This is a strange one. It's another one I did a review for. A lot of these I just got for review purposes, and I actually, you know, I watched them, reviewed them, so there's a lot of links on the website for a lot of these. By the way, all these are Region A. You know, they work in all your regular North American players. And the transfers and stuff are always good on these, especially the Blu-rays, obviously. The DVDs, they're, you know, a mixed bag, just like you would expect on a DVD. But this one stars Bill Oberst Jr., who's great, and you should check it out. It's not for everyone, but it's pretty good. This is the other Ryan Nicholson movie I was talking about that's in my collection. This is Famine. This one I don't really remember at all. But it is another one I did a review for. So it's a slasher. Oh, I do remember looking at the back of this. This one was pretty good. It's kind of goofy in some parts. I think just from the little experience I had with this, with him, I think that's his style. Like really gory, really over the top, indie, low budget gore shit, but some goofy comedy and stuff. But this one was pretty good. Again, there's a review on my site for that. And another one I did a review for. This is Todd Sheets' House of Forbidden Secrets. I watched a few Todd Sheets movies. They are not great, but I do respect the man and his craft, and he does get a little better each time. I've seen maybe 5 or 6 of his movies at this point. I did a review for probably like 3 or 4 of them on the site, so if you just search his name, you should find a bunch. This is one of them. This one was okay. A lot of people really love this, and I want to love his movies, but there hasn't been one that I'm really like, oh, I fucking love that. But that was okay. It was, you know, again, if you like low budget, gory, crazy shit, it's good. You should check it out. At least give it one watch. Another one I did for a review, Purgatory Road. This was a strange one. Doesn't really fit the Unearthed mold. A lot of these newer ones don't. Like, they're kind of all over the place, which is good, and you'll see later on in a few minutes. I have some other ones that kind of don't fit the mold at all, but we'll talk about that. But this one was good. Again, full review on the site. This is another fantastic one. I like this one better than Brutal. I think this is the director I was confusing. Koji Shiraishi, A Record of Sweet Murder. Oh, this one's hard to see with that light. This is a great fucking movie. I loved every second of this. Again, I think it was pretty short. 86 minutes, so more closer to a feature-length film that, you know, we're used to. Great movie. He might have been the one that did Slipmouth Woman and some other ones. Well, I'm an idiot. It's either this guy or the other one, the other director from Brutal that did, you know, that Grudge vs. Ring movie, Kayako vs. Sadako, or whatever the fuck their names are. I wanted to watch that. There's a few of them that I can't get because the Blu-rays are like crazy expensive and they're from out of state, or out of the states, overseas. Next up is one that's sealed. I bought this recently on like one of the MVD sales. The Scarlet Worm. This is a Western, and I heard it's actually really fucked up. So it's like a Western Unearthed film style. So I do want to check that out soon, but I have not yet. Next up is, we're starting to get into the American Guinea Pigs. I'm not going to go in order necessarily when they were released, but this is one of the later ones, the American Guinea Pig Sacrifice, which is not even an American film, funny enough. This is an Italian-made film by Domitiano Cristoforo, and directed by Poison Rouge, really, Sarah Rouge, but Domitiano helped, he produced and wrote and all that stuff. He was going to direct it originally, actually, but from what I understand. But this was a good one. Again, it's fucked up. I mean, if you know anything about Unearthed, you know these movies are all pretty fucked up. Next up, this is sealed. I did have another copy of this that I ended up selling, but I did a review for Sacrifice, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe I didn't. That one I did not. I did do a review for Song of Solomon, and I put it on the best of list for 2018. This movie was good. It's a low-budget exorcism movie. Doesn't really fit the mold of a guinea pig film, so depending on who you ask, it's really kind of not an American guinea pig film, but this was a good one. Fucked up, crazy gore shit. So stars, what's his name? James Van Bieber, the director of some other low-budget shit from over the years, but Jim Van Bieber is great. Van Bever, how do you say his name? Anyway, I won't do this next. Let's do this. Okay, then we start getting into another American Guinea Pig. I have a few of these big, like, triple disc sets, which I wish Unearthed would do more of. I know Steve's Horror Cave, Steve from that channel, said the same thing. He loves these, and I cannot disagree with him. These are fucking awesome. Crazy booklets, soundtracks, multiple discs. But anyway, this is American Guinea Pig, Bouquet of Guts and Gore. This one's funny, man. I had seen somebody in the Unearthed Films Facebook group saying that they were pissed off because one reviewer said that this movie was boring. And they said, how the fuck can this movie be boring? It's so messed up and all this shit. And the crazy thing is, whoever said it was boring is kind of right. So this movie, if you haven't seen it, I don't want to ruin it, but it's basically a couple of chicks drugged, and they're on this table, and the whole movie is like them getting sawed apart and ripped apart and like limb by limb, and it's fucked up. It is fucked up, but they're drugged up so much that they don't feel anything. So they're just laying there and there's no reaction. Yeah, they're getting their limbs sawed off and fucked up things are happening to them, but in these movies that we watch, a lot of the stuff that makes us like squeamish and like react is the reactions of the people being tortured or whatever. But if you're just laying there all fucked up and you're not feeling anything, you're not reacting, you're just laying there, it is boring. I'm not gonna lie about it. Like, this movie is kind of boring. It's fucked up, it's worth a watch, but yeah, it's not for everyone. Not that any of these movies are really for everyone, but this is another American Guinea Pig, another one of the 3 discs. This is actually sealed. I've had this for quite a while. I have not watched this. It's Bloodshock, and I've heard this is actually one of the better ones of the American Guinea Pig series. Again, I don't know really what's holding me back from watching it, other than the fact that I have 80 billion things to watch, but again, a Blu-ray, DVD, CD, soundtrack, limited edition. So I'm happy to have that, and I'll jump into it one day. Atraz is up next, directed by Alex Ortega. This is like a Spanish language film. I think it takes place in Mexico, like cartel and all fucked up shit. A found footage movie. This movie's fucked up. Again, Steve's Horror Cave, he did an overview recently of his Unearthed stuff, and he said he didn't really like this one. This one I don't like, I think for different reasons than him. It is extreme, but not as extreme. I mean, for him it's not extreme. He fucking likes crazy shit. I don't really like the craziest stuff like that. There's a lot of vomit and shit, and I don't really fuck with that kind of stuff. Give me gore all day, but when someone starts vomiting and stuff, for whatever reason, that gets me. But I think I did a review of this. This is fucked up. Again, not a lot of people are going to be able to handle this, so again, depends on your level of severity with this kind of shit. Here's one that I'm excited to talk about, Francesca. So the other day I did my haul on Sunday, and it was a small haul, but there was a film in there, Abracadabra, by the Onetti brothers, Nicholas and Luciano. One of them is director, one of them is producer. They all write, they're cinematographers, they do everything with their movies. I had mentioned that Sonno Profondo was not a good movie. It's part of a trilogy. This is the second one in a trilogy, and Abracadabra is the third. This is Francesca. I just watched this the other day, on Sunday actually, in preparation to watch that Abracadabra. And this movie is fucking good, man. It's leaps and bounds ahead of Sonno Profondo. This is a real giallo right here. Stylistically, the twist ending, all that stuff. It's low budget. Like I said, these guys are do-it-yourself. They do everything from start to finish. They're involved in everything. You watch the credits and everything is their names. Luciano Onetti. Oh god, my battery's dying, boys and girls. I'm probably gonna get cut off soon, but let's see how we can do this. I'm gonna have to stitch some videos together. Next, Unearthed Films launched a separate line recently called Unearthed Classics, and they release a lot of older films that, again, they're not your normal Unearthed fare. So first up is The Unnameable. This was the first one they put out on this sub-line, whatever you want to call it. This I did a review for. This is a good one, from 1988. Good movie. Next up, I think this was the second one they did. No, this is the second one they did. These are numbered. The Dark Side of the Moon. This is like a sci-fi horror flick. This one was not as good as I wanted it to be, but also a good watch. Reviewed that, and I reviewed this one also, which I don't really remember at all. And it's funny because this is the newest one that I watched. But I think another sci-fi type of horror flick. Again, the quality of these transfers is awesome, and again, not your normal Unearthed fare, so this could be more acceptable for some horror fans out there. but Nightwish was the third in that line. And then another line that they started doing is too extreme for the mainstream, so not sold in stores, not sold in the brick and mortar places, but just by pre-order, and then whatever they have left over in stock once the order comes in, you can buy them directly from Unearthed. And a couple other places. I think Diabolic and Grindhouse might have had copies, but don't quote me on that. But the first one they did in that was, these are also numbered on the spine, Torment. Have not watched this one yet. I will do so soon. I was putting it off because I was kind of nervous about it, but I did watch number 2, Deep Web. This one was disappointing. I think a lot of people say the same thing. It is extreme though, so again, depending on your level of depravity and debauchery that you're used to, this might fuck you up. It's like a bunch of, it's like an anthology film technically of yeah, different clips put together, but it's pretty fucked up. Kind of short again. A lot of these are shorter. I know they just put up another one that I pre-ordered already, House of Flesh Mannequins. First time ever on Blu-ray, uncut, director's approved cut. Although I have a DVD of it from Tetro Video. So, anyway guys, battery's gonna die here soon. Hopefully you like what you saw here. Sorry I had to rush towards the end. But yeah, I gotta think of what to do next week. I'm gonna try to do these on Wednesdays pretty religiously, just like I do my hauls on Sundays. But risking getting cut off here, so I'm just gonna say goodbye now, guys. Hit me in the comments below, subscribe if you like what you saw, give me the thumbs up, share this video, post it wherever you want, share my name, get me some more subs. We're close to 475 subs, and then the next step is 500, and so on and so forth. Until next time, guys, peace out, be good.